Welcome back to Beagle Eye Visions! I got some W in my cup. I'm drinking some water Melanda. And a few days ago, I ordered some more W. I got some Push and Punch on the way. I got some more Merc Clan Cherry Limeade on the way. And I ordered a sticker pack. So shout out to W.GG. Thank you for sponsoring us. Even though, according to the internet, I'm not actually sponsored. I just have a discount code, as they say. Not actually sponsored. Dang it. But anyways, happy birthday to Dubby. We're going to learn some more about natural law. I love natural law. I love morality. This stuff is so powerful to understand. It's so important to use the spiritual currency to spend time and to pay attention. That's what we're doing right now. Although we're roaming around the wasteland, drinking vodka, whiskey, and Bobrov's best moonshine, we are still talking about morality and getting knowledge. And it's amazing. Yeah, so we're grinding. Welcome to the grinding series at Beagle Eye Visions. We're going to wrap up this episode number 39. And hopefully I'll upload it. I have to work all week, so we'll see if I have time. But anyways, let's get some more knowledge, wrap up episode number 39 of the CubbyWhole podcast.
With art and, the imagination, I think that's very cool, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that was another thing. Like, I'm so not savvy with building a website, and so when I went on there, it was so easy to put my work on there, my shows and presentations and my art, and it's my art is displayed so much better than
awesome.
Than my But it's really cool that we were given that opportunity, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, what a legend, and hope that book comes out soon, because I want to buy a load of those to give out to people.
Yeah, definitely.
The Passio's Natural Law book.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that and his new documentary.
Yes, man. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, big thing. Hopefully, because it's going to be done with a very professional, it should really look sweet. And, some people are quite sensitive with how things come across, aren't they? And so hopefully it will appeal to a few more people.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, because, I think a lot of people...
Do you think there's still there's chance, though, if we're being honest? Do you think we've missed the boat, or do you think that we missed that timeline?
Well, I think that maybe we've missed a timeline, but to really make a bigger bounce back.
Well, it's not over yet, I guess, is it? There's still a chance.
Right, as long as there's us, there's still a chance. As long as there's people who are caring enough to put this type of information out, I definitely think there's a chance to make a big, positive change in the world. But it's hard, because you gotta convince people that slavery exists. You gotta convince people that mind control is prevalent across the world. You gotta convince people that to even try to find your care, to even want to look into any of this. And it's hard, because sometimes I feel like I'm a really bad magician because I'm not good enough to get people to look into things, to really inspire them to want to listen to something like this or do something like this. And but at the same time, that's what I'm trying to become more of, is a better magician, because I'm trying to find a way to bring light to people. And show them how awesome it is to look into these things and find the fascination, get excited about these types of topics, and realize like you have this so much more power in you than you ever were raised to believe, and that you can make an incredible difference, just by taking in this information.
Absolutely. Yeah, nice.
It's a uphill battle, and but I don't look at it as a negative thing. I just look at it as like it is what it is. We're in this whole we're a collective consciousness, and we gotta it takes individual units of consciousness who want to expand to actually increase that, the expansion of consciousness in the aggregate.
Yeah, so that's what it's about.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Well, is there any?
Well said, mate.
Thank you. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I did make some notes before I came on tonight with you. It's just a couple of things I didn't get in. I just wanted to mention how religion is ultimately a slave thing. As we know, they're trying to get people to submit and not stand up, and it's all really slave thing. And but I think I got everything else in. I know that the focus was on religion and symbolism there. So,
well, you're more than welcome to share that, man. I'm not. There's really no rush. I saw that we went over the time mark earlier, and I can just we can just keep going, and I'm totally open to anything else that you want to add in, or that you were planning on talking about. So don't feel rushed. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Okay, 'cause I kind of like we go with the flow, don't we?
For sure.
Where it takes us, and it's kind of my bad that I didn't slip things in at the right places.
No, you're good.
But going back to the Sword of Truth, and my mum, if I may. So, my mum's taken on board Buddhism in the last few years, because she had a bit of a cancer scare, and she's like Buddhism 24/7, and I obviously know my mum very well. She's been in my life all of my life, obviously. But I can just relate to it with the adoption of the Buddhist mindset, and how I kind of like using the quotes, because there are some good quotes in religion, like the Christian one where we use the Sword of Truth. In Buddhism, there's the 2 mistakes quote. There's only 2 mistakes you can make on the road to truth: not starting and not going all the way. So I like to use them against people that follow that religion. If you meet the Buddha on the path, then kill him. So people that aren't teaching you natural law and objective morality, then you shouldn't listen to them. And right livelihood. So there's some good things in religion, but you don't want to buy the exoteric cover story. You want to understand the deeper esoteric and moral teachings. And how this, where my mum has adopted pacifism and never get angry, but there's a lot of kind of duality there, because she wants to live an anarchistic lifestyle, but then she supports government, and she's got these religious. It's all willful choices to. And it roots in cowardice, and I've really struggled with my mum over the years, and it's just got to the point where I just can't be around her, because she just won't take any of it on board. So I know Passio's story with his mum, and how he, laboured for years, and I've kind of done the same, but it's got to the stage where she's that defiant, I just can't tolerate it. I really struggle with ignorance and people that display ignorance. I do really struggle with that as well. And when she's.
When you find time, let me out, okay? Meanwhile, I guess I'll loop this thing and have a smoke. Try what you're doing up there, you lazy skeezer.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Okay. Looks like a reactor malfunction in sublevel D. System locked the gates down. Again. I guess I'm gonna need a manual override. Look, Spiegel, I know you got pressing matters like reading that latest copy of LaQuaff to attend to. But when you find time, let me out, okay? Meanwhile, I guess I'll move this thing and have a smoke.
She's sort of spouting pacifism and, talking about wearing masks. I'm just like, you need to leave. And it's quite sad, but, you've got to stay true to your principles and not kowtow to falsehood, even if it is, blood relatives. And it's hard, man. But, I'd rather have authenticity, live an authentic lifestyle, than, because it's just fake otherwise, and I can't live like that. So I just wanted to get that in, man, about my mum and Buddhism, and yeah.
I can definitely relate on, with some of my family members, and I feel your pain, because you want to be close with them, right? And we raise ourselves to such a level that it becomes very hard to go along to get along as what they want to do. And you're trying to be live principled, and I think like you try your hardest to reach people that you love, and but also you don't let it drain you, right?
Well, yeah, that's when it got to that stage. You can dragging the horse to water so many times. I think there's a native Indian saying something along the lines of, you can't wake those who pretend to be asleep. And because it is a willful choice to be remaining that way. And
So
yeah,
true.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool though when you do make a breakthrough. I'm very thankful that my whole. I just want to share a little anecdote here. I first started this journey, especially with Zeitgeist, and I think a lot of people can relate.
I remember that.
But when I watched that, I tried to awaken my family, and man, let me tell you, they were laughing at me. They were like, "You are crazy, Nate. You are.
Yeah,
I don't understand like why you're trying to show me this, and I don't want to see this." But eventually, I kept working with them, and they definitely came online, quite a few of them, and thankfully, because man, let me tell you, and I know you can probably relate with this, is that when you're doing this type of work, it gets very lonely, and because you don't really have too many people that can relate with like what you're doing and what and and then you see the mistakes we're all making, and unfortunately willfully at that.
Yeah.
But we have to keep trying. We have to just keep finding ways to communicate. One of my best friends that I live with actually out here in California, he has been just such a important person in my life that's really taught me a lot about communication. And because I feel like communication has been something that I struggled with back in the day, and it's something that I think the better we get with that, that's the key. That really is the key.
Sure. Well, it is. I'd always, I remember putting on my CV, excellent communicator. I do have some traits of my star sign. I'm a Gemini, and I've always thought I've been quite good at it. But when it comes to conveying this information, I'd say that it's not actually so much down to the person that's trying to convey it. It's more down to the person who's on the receiving end and where they're at. Because I think it makes a whole matter of difference on how it's said. It's whether the person actually wants, is open to truth and actually wants to take on information and knowledge. I've had a lot of critique about how I've gone about it. And I'm like, well, should it not be more important that you're not a child, that people are adults, and just because I've said it really sort of simply and bluntly, does that mean it? Just because I haven't put it in like 5 paragraphs and I've just put it nice and condensed in 2, does that mean it should be ignored? Of course not.
Right. Yeah, and it's like it's like what Doug, the other guy. I don't know if you know Douglas Martin, right?
I do. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with him or his work.
Oh man, you'll really love his work. But
I've seen some of your podcasts. I've seen them up there, and I want to work through them because I did. I got up to about 6, and then I lost track, and I've not gone back since. So I do want to catch up with your podcast. So it looks like he's got some good ones there. I have gone through your listing.
For sure, yeah, man. He really gets very, very deep into anthropology and the Egyptian mythos. But one of the things that he says all the time is there are no teachers. There are only unwilling students.
Right. Yeah.
And I completely agree with that. So.
I like that. That's good.
But
is that Brandon's older brother?
This is his uncle.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's really cool because like both of those guys are my family, and they, it's really cool to like have the dynamic that we have.
Yeah, it's an excellent little network you've got there. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and we're we just hope to inspire people in that way, or in many ways, but it's just trying to work with each other is such a powerful thing, and it takes a lot of work, and you're gonna sometimes like have headbutts or not agree on things, but man, like when you're aligned in your principles, you really do have a lot more to say with each other, and I think that we've all done a lot of work, and man, especially Brandon and Doug, they have really just displayed some of the greatest work I've seen out there. So it's cool to be.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of Brandon's, and then I have to agree. I've not got on to Doug's yet, so I can see that to be true.
Yeah, man. Well, I think we're gonna get off here now.
Yeah, we've been going for a while, haven't we?
But and I can go on more and more. I just realized like I'm going a little bit overtime, and that's totally cool. I really, really appreciate you coming on here, and it's been such a pleasure.
True pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much. Thanks, Nate, man.
And I'm sure we'll definitely have you back on in the near future because I know there's a lot more information that I want to pick your brain about. So
sweet. Look forward to it.
Cool. This episode is at its end, guys. So hope you've found clarity and value in this show today, and you can find more shows and presentations and news at CubbyWhole.com. Also, please make sure to keep your eyes out for the next couple of shows, as Brandon and I will be going further into the methods of manipulation, especially subversive symbolism. And as for now, a new show comes out every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned for more. And if you have any questions regarding the topics for these shows or the Seed 4 Growth event, you can now email Brandon or I at CubbyWhole at mail.com. That's CubbyWhole at mail.com. So you can email us only for the topics of the show or the Seed 4 Growth event. So please, nothing else aside from that. And I'm your host, Nate Cap, and thank you for listening. And remember, do no harm, defend truth, and keep transcending dogma.
Yes. All right, like he said, this episode is at its end. I'm gonna do some what is this? I'm gonna do some research on this Boston City Works beacon. It sounds like this dude named Beagle is trapped, and this is Beagle Eye Visions. So rescuing Beagle, if that's his name, is top priority. So I'm gonna have to go do some research on this. We're gonna have to free this Beagle, man. I think I remember doing this. I remember doing this mission. We gotta rescue the Beagle. Beagle Eye Visions, and if you look at our logo, the Beagle has green energy coming out of his retinas. Right? This is Beagle Eye Vision. It's emerald language coming out of his eyeballs, right? Because a Beagle Eye sees all, just like the Shia LaBeouf movie. It's a great allegory. It's called Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye is where Beagle Eye is. That's where I got the name from. It's Beagle Eye Visions. Period. So Nathan Redet is an absolute legend. Thank you guys. That was an amazing episode. We're coming up on Mark Passio's episode very soon. I'm so excited. To get to that episode. I cannot wait. So I'm going to have to be doing a lot more grinding. Let me know. Communicate with me. Actually, it says there's 20 minutes left. So no, it looks like it just stops there. Yeah, so stay tuned. Let me know. Like, I can play Tony Hawk's not Tony Hawk Underground. I can play Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD Collection. I could grind Jetpack Joyride if you want me to. I could grind Injustice even. Like, I could do an Injustice episode. Let me know if you want me to keep playing Fallout or switch it up, play a different game. I still need to repair my PS4 and send it into Fast Tech in Canada. They do great work. They do amazing work. I sent my, I didn't send my PS4 in. I upgraded my PS4 with a terabyte hard drive through Fast Tech, and it was very easy. It was very intuitive. Like the interface on their website is very easy to use. They even give you directions on how to upgrade your PS4s and how to take care of your equipment. You know, and I'm the type of person, especially playing Fallout, with how much I play Fallout, I'm definitely the type of person where I don't want to buy a new game system. I'd rather repair the game system that I have and figure it out, and so I could learn in a very autodidactic way and learn like that. I really want, you know, like, even if I have to buy a soldering gun, you know, I would be very into that, but, I also don't want to destroy my PlayStation at the same time, so it's kind of a sketchy avenue to go down. I hope you enjoyed this episode. These guys are absolute legends. If you don't know what One Great Work Network is, I highly recommend you tune into the One Great Work Network at any time. It's an absolutely free website, everybody. Like, this is what I love about the One Great Work Network, is it's absolutely free. There's no, I mean, they could easily charge a subscription service on this website with the amount of amazing, powerful content that they produce on the One Great Work Network, the OG Network. They could easily charge a $15 a month, you know, $15 a month subscription, but that's just how amazing Mark Passio is. That's just a testament to how seriously he takes this work, and how seriously the CubbyWhole takes this work. And all of the content creators on the One Great Work Network, they're all amazing. Amazing people. You got Mario West, Sean McCann, Douglas Martin, Nate Cap, Brandon Martin, Mark Passio, Nathan Redet. Gosh, there's just so many amazing people. Fred Gringus. I mean, I could go on for days. For days. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to go upload this video. Make a thumbnail. Make the thumbnails look good. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Fallout TV show. Although there is an extreme amount of plot armor, the more I watch the TV show, the more I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This is not how love works. You know, and it's very ironic that, you know, a big corporation is the one that basically dropped all the nuclear weapons, and Amazon Prime is the one who spent $125 million just to produce this TV show. I think that, that was not a fart. I'm on my air mattress, by the way. Yep. It's just so the irony of the Fallout TV show being produced by Amazon just makes me cackle like a hyena. It makes me laugh out loud. But anyways, we're gonna keep grinding. Stay tuned. Thank you for choosing Beagle Eye Visions. We have no commercials, and I'm going to keep striving. Like, no commercials. I hate commercials. God, commercials drive me nuts. I hate, like, when I click on a YouTuber's live stream and I'm, like, trying to tune in live, right? I'm trying to tap in like cognac. I'm trying to tap into my favorite YouTuber's live stream, and then I have to watch an ad, right? I have to watch a commercial on Chase Bank from Kevin Hart. Like, it's the most frustrating thing on the planet. But anyways, I digress. Like I said, stay tuned, stay golden, look out for more. I'm gonna keep grinding. The grinding is never gonna stop until the day that I freaking die. I'm just gonna keep grinding. Grind forever. Stay tuned, stay golden. And thank you for choosing Beagle Eye Visions. Don't forget to use code Beagle Eye Vision at w.gg. Get yourself some delicious, sugar-free game fuel for roaming the wasteland. I know the competition, they have Nuka Quantum, but it's probably chalky. It's probably disgusting. You know, it's got artificial coloring. You don't want to put that stuff in your body. W.gg, it's clean. It's clean gamer fuel, and I love it. Every day I go to work, I've been grinding about 7 days in a row this week. I love putting W in my cup, and my W cup, it's so reliable. It's very durable. Everything is made in America, and that's another thing I love. I'm kind of like a patriot. I love that stuff. Just like the illusion. What's going on down there? The Brotherhood searching. Alright, anyways. Stay tuned, stay golden. We're going to keep grinding. Look forward for more episodes. Thank you if you made it this far.